It was a calm, chilly night in Washington, D.C., and the streets were unusually quiet. The clock had just struck midnight, and most people were either tucked into bed or winding down after a long day. However, at the corner of a quiet neighborhood stood the Washington Community Library, its soft yellow lights glowing warmly through the large windows. Inside, the staff was wrapping up for the day, but one librarian, Ms. Carter, lingered behind, sorting through a stack of returned books. Little did she know, this would be no ordinary night. At 12:15 a.m., a knock echoed through the quiet library. Startled, Miss Carter looked up. It wasn't common to have visitors at this hour. She approached the glass doors cautiously and gasped as she recognized the figure standing there. It was none other than Michelle Obama, dressed casually in a navy hoodie and sneakers, her face partially obscured by a baseball cap. Ms. Carter hurried to unlock the door. "Mrs. Obama?" she asked, her voice tinged with disbelief. Michelle smiled warmly. "I hope I'm not intruding. I heard this library stays open late sometimes. Mind if I come in?" As Miss Carter welcomed Michelle into the library, she couldn't help but ask, "What brings you here so late?" Michelle chuckled softly. "I couldn't sleep, and I've always found comfort in libraries. They remind me of simpler times, back when I'd spend hours studying or losing myself in a good book. Tonight, I felt like I needed that kind of peace." Ms. Carter nodded, understanding completely. She led Michelle to a cozy reading nook near the back of the library. "Take your time," Ms. Carter said, stepping back to give Michelle some space. As Michelle browsed the shelves, another figure appeared from behind the stacks. It was a young man in his early 20s, wearing a hoodie and carrying a few worn-out notebooks. His name was Marcus, a community college student who had come to the library to work on his overdue assignments. He froze when he saw Michelle Obama, his eyes widening in shock. "Is it really you?" Marcus blurted out before he could stop himself. Michelle turned, smiled, and said, "It's really me, and you must be burning the midnight oil." Marcus laughed nervously. "Yeah, I've got a lot to catch up on. Honestly, I've been struggling with school lately." Michelle's expression softened. "Tell me about it," she said, pulling out a chair and inviting him to sit with her. For the next hour, Marcus shared his story. He talked about the challenges of juggling part-time jobs, family responsibilities, and schoolwork. He admitted to feeling overwhelmed and unsure if he could keep going. Michelle listened intently, occasionally nodding or asking questions. "You know," she said, "I've met so many people who felt just like you do now, but what I've learned is that those moments of doubt can lead to the biggest breakthroughs. You're here tonight because you haven't given up. That says a lot about your character." Marcus's eyes glistened with unshed tears. "But what if I'm not good enough?" he asked quietly. "You are," Michelle said firmly. "You're more than good enough. And if you need help, don't be afraid to ask for it. No one succeeds alone." Before leaving, Michelle handed Marcus a small notebook from the library gift shop. Inside, she wrote a simple message. "Dear Marcus, keep pushing forward. The world needs your light." Written by Michelle Obama. She handed it to him with a smile. "This is for when you need a reminder," she said. As the clock struck 1:30 a.m., Michelle thanked Ms. Carter for letting her stay and for the work she did for the community. "Libraries like this change lives," Michelle said. "Thank you for being here for people like Marcus." As Michelle stepped back into the quiet, chilly night, Ms. Carter and Marcus watched her go, feeling inspired and uplifted. In the days that followed, Marcus shared his story online, and it quickly went viral. People were moved by Michelle Obama's late-night visit and her words of encouragement. The story inspired donations to the Washington Community Library and sparked conversations about the importance of community spaces and second chances. Sometimes it takes just one person to remind you of your potential. For Marcus, that person was Michelle Obama on an ordinary midnight at a library, and for everyone else, it was a powerful reminder of the impact of kindness, connection, and believing in others. Thank you for watching. If you loved this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiring tales. See you in the next one.